Hello everyone, welcome back to the Andrews and Eastern. We are currently here at Brooks. Passenger train is just about to come through. Once it does, we will get this train on the road. Make sure we get it selected. Good roll by. So the task for today is pretty simple. We've got a lot of cars. We're gonna take them all to Bryson, and oh dang it, I just had a thought. Okay, no, I did pick up that one car. There was a hopper that didn't make the train yesterday because it broke. I couldn't remember if we'd actually picked it up or not. Some other trains moving around, so we'll probably have to take care of them, but for now, this is what we got. Yeah, so he's picking up some cars. We'll be bouncing around a bit. Right now we can just focus on this train and getting up to Robinson. Hope everyone's having a good night. Wasn't sure I was going to stream tonight because Midland was planning the stream tonight, but now Midland is not streaming tonight, so I'm streaming tonight. It is so hard to try and schedule my streams around Angry and Midland because sometimes you don't know when they're going to stream. And I don't know if my viewers watch them or if their viewers watch me, but I like to think so. Take care of you in a little bit. We've got time before the next interchange. I'm not too worried about getting Snowbird finished. Switching. Back off a little bit. I did put out my first Denmark video over the weekend. If you haven't watched it yet, go check that out. It's a really quick 5.5-ish minute video. I took a short video of almost every single train I rode on while I was in Denmark. And I compiled about 5 to 6 seconds of each and threw them together and put some music on top. And I like the way it turned out. I'm not 100% satisfied. I think I could have done the music to clip change timing a little better, but I was tired, and so I didn't really put much effort into it. And honestly, some of those beats hit pretty close to perfectly anyway. Just to make sure you can't get it right. We're good. Alright, coming up on Robinson. Let's get to the end of the train. We don't need to shove these cars up, but all the rest will. Oh, that's actually a little bit of an issue. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do then... keep switching back and forth between games I'm playing when I'm not streaming, and I have to remember the different keys for each of them. Hope I'm not the only one who has that issue. Because some of them use the WASD, and some use the arrow keys, and some just use the mouse. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start by putting these on the spur. And then we'll get the other cars back here, and then we'll take these up. We are in fact going to give these cars the personal touch today. Usually I just autopilot it. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't remember, is this on a hill? It's on a hill. Not sure which way that hill goes. We'll find out. We might regret finding out, but we will find out. Okay, good, it's the other way. How far do I want him to pull? That was a bit of a hard dunk. Yeah, those cars are already a little banged up. There we go. So park that. Park that. This isn't the right song. The stacking logs. We're moving coal. Now we can fix that in a hurry. So what we'll do then is we will autopilot you up here. And then we can go to here. Because we do have some logs that need to come down the hill. I'd autopiloted this engine earlier in the last session. But now we can just run it manually. And we kind of want to run it manually because, you know, it's Skookum, she slips. So we'll get these run around and bring them down, and then we can take them to the pulpwood mill. And by the time we're done running around, I think 34 will be ready for us again. Here comes the pulpit train. Alright, shove them back. We've got so much pulpwood going to Snowbird now. But there's nowhere else to send it until we get to Andrews. Or not Andrews, Silva. And I don't think we're going to try and get to Silva. I hear the other railway really likes Silva, so we're probably not going to get that. Now you might be wondering why I'm going to run around these cars to shove out, and it's because once we've shoved out, we gotta pull down the hill. I'd rather not shove these things down the hill, fun as it might be. Map. You're there. You are almost where you need to be. Oh, thank you, Fabric. Yeah, so this is one of the Skookum mods. Actually, I think it's just the Skookum mod. And then over here we've got the Gorian Defeated 410, and most of the other engines I think are stock. I'm trying not to go so heavy on the mods because, you know, you keep having to go figure out if they need to be updated. Admittedly, Unity Mod Manager helps with that. So, dunk. Alright. So we'll shove these out. We'll get them rolling back towards Bryson Yard, and then we'll go take care of 34. Yep, 34 is at the waypoint. I'll get back to you shortly. We got money for it. We have a lot of debt to pay down. It keeps going up. I know why it keeps going up. It's because we keep buying repair parts so we can fix things. But of course, if you look at our goals up here, we gotta pay all that down. And 12, which I think was the other pulpit train, is at its waypoint. We need to put some brake on. We need to put some more brake on. I think we got enough brake now. At least I don't see any dust clouds flying yet. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Take the map off. Now we do need to shove a bit. Just enough to get up this hill. And we can stop again. Alright. We're going to waypoint this back to the yard so I can go deal with the bigger train. We'll just run you into this track. So here's that Gorian Defeated 410. This is based on a model locomotive kit bashed by modeler John Allen for his Gorian Defeated Railroad, of course. And in-game, it is the most powerful engine I've got. 85,000 pounds of tractive effort. Decent amount of range. We're going to need to take water, though, once we get to Bryson. Easy. Now, next stop, we're going to take these and we're going to shove them into the Y at Alarka Junction. That way we can pick them up on the way back. And we're not dragging them over the hill to Bryson for no reason. Easy in. Easy does it. You can just roll in. So we're going to need to close this angle cocks because the industry gravity drops all these cars. They leave the angle cocks open so the brakes are off. They have to bleed the cars. Okay, that's good. That's good. And start shoving. I guess we'll take the point. If we had a dedicated switcher, that pocket track would be really useful. We don't have a dedicated switcher. A little bit of air. The speed limit on this branch is 15 miles an hour. We are probably going to exceed that. But you know what they say, timetable speeds are just a suggestion. The need to hustle is never in question. And by they, I mean the ES&D. Because of me. I came up with that bit. Do we actually have an ES&D car in here? Sometimes we do. No, we got SP&S, and we got Durgwa, which I guess is close enough. Let's go a little more brake. Now we're really hitting the hill. I assure you, we will get to Bryson this stream. And 55 has reached... How was 55 going? Did I just route it to Topton? Yeah, 55 just needs to go to Topton. Because, no, 55 didn't leave the car behind, that's right. 55 just wanted to make sure it could get up the hill. And it did make it. Took a while though. Must have been going pretty slow. Alright, we're coming off the branch. We'll give it a little bit of throttle. Just shove it up in... Just up into here, I think. We don't need to go super far with this. Because we will need to pick it up on the way back. More brake. Lots of brake. I shoved in here a bit hard. Yeah, we'll deal with the oil on the way back. Let's go get the rest of our train and then we can get up the mountain. Everyone is at their waypoints, that's good. is going through water pretty quick, though. Gently. Gently. Easy does it. A little bit of power. And ka-tunk. Alright, well you are set. You can continue on to your next spot, which is going to be right here. So then you'll have to go switch out some industries. You go there, we'll save. Go to Topton. Yeah, you're doing fine. So your bearings should all be good. So you can just run. You can run into there. Let's finish getting this train together. So grab that. Looks like we got that car's ready, so we'll pick that one up. These ones are still going, and of course it's going to load the back one first. Yep. Some of these cars could head over. We'll take care of those later, I think. In the meantime, you... Well done, good and faithful son. You can head over and get some coal and water. All these are for interchange except that one, which needs repair. This is the song we needed doing coal. We needed Bitter Route 9. Oh look, there's a Central Valley car. And a specific car. Shouldn't paint that one so fast. Alright, so run over and grab your other outbound cars. And then those outbound cars. Yeah, I think if we wait, all of these will be ready to go out. I might just send this into the repair track too. It's not really due, but it's squished in the middle of all these other ones. May as well. That one's perfectly fine. Is that coming up on? In case it wasn't obvious, we will flare that so it stops. I trust the AI to stop, but at the same time, the AI has been screwy before. Yes, I know I called this stream Bryson switching and we're in Andrews, but we'll get back to Bryson pretty soon. Once we've finished up this, we'll head back to Bryson, because I'm sure our train will be ready by then. This is another good one. Picked up a lot of good songs. On the YouTube has a thing where content creators can download songs to use in their videos and live streams. Picked up a whole bunch from there. Helps break the monotony of just having Hyce songs, you know? Not sure I could get permission to use any of Ragtimer's. Not something I'm gonna ask anyway. But he does have good songs. Breaking the line here, there. Alright, so first, well, I guess first we need to shove to there, because we have to drop a car in here. And then the rest of them can go to interchange. So look at the map. He's at Roto. Passenger train is stuck. This passenger train should be fine on coal and water because I topped off at Bryson. Yeah. And freight train is almost to the next switching spot. We got to pick up all the cars there and presumably drop off an equal number. We also might have a car for there. And then we got pickup there, 2 pickups there. Oh, and we have to drop off a parts box car here. That is the important one. Without that parts box car, we cannot fix these cars. Let's get 12 figured out first. Because we kind of need to get you topped off before we can get the other train put away. You're going to take a while, aren't you? Oh, you should have a hopper out for here. Hopefully that comes back in the next interchange. Hi, Freddy the Train. Alright. Roll forward. Too far forward. Too far. And here comes the freight. And there's 34. Yeah. They're going to be waiting a bit. So let's get started on 34 and then we'll come back. So let's see. That car goes there. Yeah, we'll just keep doing this with waypoints for now so that we can... I guess we're blocking the road. Oops. Sorry, hope no one needs to go to Standard Oil. Engine roster window is so handy for flipping back and forth quickly. And of course we do still have some cars that are waiting to get to Whittier, but there's been another derailment up ahead, so once we finish clearing this out we can start looking at that. Engine guy left the door open. What's he gonna do? He's gonna let all the flies in. Alright. I'll just roll you into the shop for a second. Not that you really need any touch-up work. And now you... I guess we'll waypoint this to the very back of the shop. Head back to 34. Get you back to your train. Don't have anything for any of the other team tracks. So that much is good. We'll just have to pick some cars up. I believe I saw... okay, yeah, Nantahala. And we got money for that. Alright. Oh. Too far. Apparently you did not... Did you not air hose correctly? Oh, no. You just bounced back into the coupling. I think I sent 55 down that track, so we'll send you down this track. Shove your cars in there. Speaking of 55... oh, that's coming up pretty quick. But that'll take care of this end for a little bit, so we can focus on some actual switching. Oh look, now the road's clear. We're just blocking the main line. Technically, we probably shouldn't be doing that either. But we're also the only train on this side of the railroad. Yeah, so bing, bang, boom. Flip the ways, and then boom, bing, bang. Be a little fast for these switches. Okay. Keep it going. Another payoff. And that's both trains at the waypoint, or at the interchange. Hard, 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 hard. All these cars are outbound, so I'm going to take a moment to oil their bearings. Oh, ha! Oops. Yeah, you're not ready yet. Now we gotta move all these out of the way. I used to have the apostrophe and tilde key. I guess the accent key as my push to talk button. And then I started playing this game, and I'd push the button to speak, and it would just keep doing that. I think I finally changed it to insert. It's kind of a moot point right now because I'm playing solo, but Little bit of brake. Yep, too much brake. Too much brake. Switch lane against you. We have a switch lane against you. 1 second, I'm gonna have to speak to the manager about this. Why is that switch lane against you? As long as you can get going on the hill again. Anyway, so a fun story from last week, well, fun observation from last week. As I talked about in the last stream, I did a 11-day trip to Denmark recently. While I was out, the channel Downey Live started their Arctic to Africa series. They filmed this a while ago, it started releasing, and the goal is to take trains from the Arctic Circle to presumably the northern tip of Africa. And it's funny because the first episode came out while I was in Denmark, and they spent a decent amount of that episode in Denmark. In fact, they even went to 2 of the places I did, the Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen and the Lego House in Billund. I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it when it first came out, because that would have spoiled the Lego House for me. The video came out after I went to Tivoli, but before I made it to Lego House. But it was kind of fun. I saw the part where they were trying to get to Vejle and went, why are they trying to go to Vejle? If you're going to Germany, it's either direct trains or you change at Fredericia or Kolding, or they're probably going to Billund, aren't they? You can't take the train to Billund, but from Vejle you can catch a bus. Then I watched the second episode. So I watched that episode when I came home, and then shortly thereafter the second episode where they went to Hamburg. And what they do in Hamburg? They went to the same place I did. They went to Miniature Wonderland. And let me tell you, if you can ever find a way to get to Hamburg, find a reason to go to Hamburg, go to Miniature Wonderland, and expect to spend hours there. It is incredible. On a side note, they also did something that I am kicking myself for not thinking of doing because I'm such a pun guy. Downey made sure to get a hamburger in Hamburg. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that. I had a ham sandwich in Hamburg. Is that close enough? Keep an eye up here. If you see that train 30 gets to Roto, let me know. So I want to make sure I don't overrun the platform at Andrews. And dunk. Take the siding there, and we'll head for the yard. Fortunately, I don't need to pick up these cars this time. So I've got one there, and I guess one there, and I guess all of those too. I gotta figure out how to get to those. drop off those on the way back. I'm not doing anything with those cabooses. I could probably stick them somewhere else later. First things first, we will service and turn this engine. And while we're servicing and turning this engine, we can also get the other two engines back in Andrew's taken care of. I guess, yeah, those switches are pre-lined. Send you up. Get you taken care of. Or try anyway. Now that I've done that, we should probably set some handbrakes. And then you too. Although for now, I will have you hold there. And I'll drop the flare there. And if we go back to our engine, it is, alright, ready for water. There's the spout. So we grab that one, we grab these three, we'll kick them into here, run around, drop this car there, and then I guess we wait. Guess we can also get this engine moved elsewhere. Alright, so that gets Skook out of the way. Let's go see, did I spot? No, I did not spot you properly. Didn't think I did. Still taking water. Go figure. Oh hey, I'm still in the cab. That's never a guarantee with this game. You never know where your character's gonna end up. Now we got clear line to those cars when we're ready. Yep. Alright. Yard is set up. I'll have to check my notes, because I think the ones we can sell are the ones that are marked for the repair track. Here we go. So we want to be staring down that 440. Actually, no, we already are staring down the 440. We do. Yeah. Ah! Fell in the pit. Actually get up that ladder? No. Come on, Nate. Come on, Adam. Put a decorative ladder in the game. And away we go! Whee! Yes, Celestial. It is the BDZ Class 19, but Yankee. Oh, missed. One more, one more. There. I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna let that coast unattended while I get this engine taken care of. You know, I find it weird that people insist on claiming that calling the 410O wheel arrangement the Mastodon, when there was only like one example in the US and I guess a fairly successful class in Hungary, I think? Bulgaria? I lost track. It's one of those two countries though. When there were tons and tons of 480s, the first of which was actually called Mastodon. And one of the sources people cite for claiming that it's the 410O that should be called Mastodon also calls both the 410O and the 480 Mastodons at different points in the book. It is a little weird. Oh. Bulgaria, thank you. So, regardless of what some people claim, I think it is fair to say that the 480 deserves to be called the Mastodon, and 410O is the Goob. Technically, I guess the Bulgarians can claim what it should be called because they had more of them, but 410O, to me, the Goob. This is a Goob class, or a Goob type. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Train of Thought's latest video. I think it's the latest. Yeah, the people, intelligent, that's... yeah. I mean, they are technically correct. Some period sources say that the 410 is called the Mastodon. I just think that the people back then were wrong. There you go. John Allen's. That's a good name for him. We're gonna reset those switches. Easy. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to reset that switch too. Yep. Throw that switch. That one's got a handbrake. I think that's the only one. You know, 486 would have been interesting. I just don't know if it really would have been practical. Because, I mean, what do you really get with the extra 2 axles under the firebox? I guess you get a bigger firebox. And of course, more fire, more steam, more power. I think there was a proposal from Lima to build a 486. Didn't get anywhere because by that point diesels were a thing. Alright, so... Oh, no, a little more. So we're gonna kick you. And back up because we went a little too far. And kick you. No! Didn't throw the switch. Defies the whole point. You. And then just go. Yep, big firebox, go brrr. Just a double check. Yep, switches are good. Okay, it was in Roto 6 minutes ago, so it should be getting close to Andrews. Presumably we will need this car next time. uh, 20 seconds? I thought they said 2 seconds of warning. Oh. Too much brake. Relativity. Now we're gonna run around. And that's all. Can't remember if I've seen those. I only half pay attention to what's going on in the art channel on the Hyce Cord. I pay a lot more attention to what's going on in the train channel. So now we can grab this and put it there. Yeah. Just ahead of those cabooses. Now if we go look at the locations, that's how many repair parts we need to finish everything off. And I'm not going to do the math, but it looks like less than what's in that car. Well, maybe. It's going to be close. So let's see, that's 21. That makes it about 27. About 35. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Snowpiercer, but an actual train went to do train things instead of... That'd be quite the train. That'd be like the super train. Vague 1980s or 70s-ish TV series I've only heard a little bit about. That was a complete flop. Yeah, this is going to be close. I don't think we're going to have quite enough parts to fix everything, though. But even if we get most of it out, that's going to be big. And it would be nice to get one of these engines. Okay. And our passenger train is at the other end of the line. So, we are gonna park this here for a sec. Save. And first thing we're gonna do get this engine finished servicing. And that way we can get the passenger train serviced. You the manual. Still waiting for the passengers to get out. Get off my train. TGR A class. Oh, well, I'm glad people like it. Who's pinging me? I'm getting double pinged. Who else is pinging me? I'll look at that other ping later. Now let's get this put away. Oh, how much was that? Woo! Wow, that's a lot of money. Lots of dollar dues. I could almost afford to go back to Denmark on that much money. So, stick this up here too. And did I remember I actually set the next interchange? No, I didn't. Derp. Well, it's going to be a late interchange. Everything's in good condition, so I think all we're going to do is we'll get the train pulled away, service it, turn it, advance the clock, send it out again. It does help. Last time? No, time before when we played this, we were able to bring down that mechanic from the logging camp, and he improved the wear on our engines so they don't wear so much. Guess we'll advance it to the water tower. Yep. Kill those markers. Once we're turned around, we'll set those markers. Well, someone needs to learn to close the door, and that someone is probably me. It's not like I was raised in a barn. Oh, and I guess I should check. Yeah, for some reason that shift click did not shift. Close the angle cock. Wait for the water to finish. Yep, that's fixed. It can go out next time we're ready for pulpwood. Yeah, that's it. It's a red car. Someone thought it was a barn. But did they hit the broadside of it? And since I didn't block the Y for once, we'll be good boys and we'll Y our engine. Pull forward. So we can close that for now. Let's see, time. Wait. 11:30. And then we'll start loading. I try to avoid loading more than about 2 hours before the train departs, and that way I don't have to worry about that 4-hour call limit. And we'll just block the road to the paper plant for a bit. It's already kind of blocked. See? You can't get past there. I know there's mods to do it, but this game could really use some native extra buildings. So far I haven't used any track mods because I don't want to use Railloader. I've heard mixed things about it. So now we wait 1 hour. Another hour. And there's our interchange. Those 4 cars, it said. And one of them is for Bryson. We're gonna save that car till tomorrow. 1 car is not reason to go to Bryson. We might take it down to Nantahala so it at least gets partway there. But I'm not running a train all the way to Bryson for 1 car. That is just overkill. Alright. Full forward. Speaking of Bryson, though, let's head over there. Is anything else ready to go? No. Wait, hang on. Some of those. Is any of it easy to dig out? Wait, hang on. Those two. 1 and 1T. Oh. And 1102. Oh, that's right. That's the, that's that thing, isn't it? Okay, nothing is ready to go yet. So, this train is leaving without him. We are, however, going to back up and go get the pulpwood cars. Hello, Eugene Kleist, Brunswick Train Fan Farm Lover videos. I am doing pretty good tonight. It is nice to not be wiped out from traveling. Okay, so you are now ready to go. And your first stop is outside of Hemingway, so we can swap these pulpwood cars. And I think that's going to... Swapping those pulpwood cars... Once we've done that, we'll probably end it after that. But we still have some other stuff we can do until then. So you run over here and, well, actually, I guess what you can do then I don't think we're gonna run another pulpwood train this afternoon, but we can at least get these ones ready to roll to the shop. So grab those. Grab these. I assume all these are going to Snowbird. Yep. Oh, nope, that one's going to the repair track. And then our big engine will grab this, take it at least to Nantahala. I suspect if we do that, it'll be a lot harder to miss to get it to Bryson tomorrow. me double check this. So, for the shop track, snowbird, snowbird, snowbird. Paper plant goats are a lot of coal. Out of interest, are there any industries we can upgrade? Nope. I guess we could have dragged that up a little closer. That's okay. Or still storming uphill. That's which is good. We will have to figure out where to pass the freight train and the passenger train. That is a future me problem. To be determined once we get all the cars. I did see that Celestial. I haven't played Transport Fever in quite some time. It finally got repetitive. But I might try and do a campaign playthrough either simultaneous with these streams or possibly after I finished off this series. It's been a while since I played, so there will be things to learn. But the question is, would I do a campaign playthrough of 1 and then 2, or just 2? I think just 2. I like the campaigns in 2 better than I did in 1. Unlike Anchor Egg Timer, since I only have one computer, I can't really do a Railroad Tycoon 2 or 3 stream. It is fun to play, though. I just went through the Railroad Tycoon 2 campaigns, the original ones, and on hard difficulty managed to get gold on all of them, which was not easy. Still can't believe I managed to do it on the India scenario. The Teddy Roosevelt one was also rather finicky. It took multiple attempts. Most of the other ones weren't too bad, but most of the other ones I also know a trick that makes it really easy to electrify your railways. Well, I shouldn't say it makes it easy to electrify your railways, but there's a trick in Railroad Tycoon 2 that makes it really cheap to do it. It turns out, if you just lay your electrified track one piece at a time, extending off an already electrified piece, the cost is 0. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. And it makes it really easy and cheap to do electrified railways. And of course, electrified railways are better than diesel railways. So. As long as you have the traffic base for it, I should say. That would be good to have, yeah. Alright, so first we go there. And then you go there. And now let's... Okay, yeah, this is going to take a second, because our engine needs to load in again. Yeah, it is kind of hard to get good freight engines in the Euro side. I usually play with custom sets, so it doesn't bother me. There are so many custom things you can get for that game. I will say, in the cinematic trailer, those Western Pacific F units looked so cool. That's probably a mistake. Or a bad idea. That's a really bad idea. Ooh! Kriegslot cloaks. I think those ones were the Kriegslot cloaks. I hear there's a few different designations, so... There's the 52s, the 50s, and I think the 60s? All of which have been called Kriegslocks, even if some of them aren't. I saw that discussion in the Hyce Court once and I've already forgotten. Those also being Kriegslocks. That's interesting. I mean, admittedly, Kriegslock, I think, literally translates just to war engine, so... So what we're gonna do... I'm gonna route you up the top then to start. We're gonna go a bit longer this stream. Once we get the coal cars out of Alarka, then I'll call stream. Yes, Bacon. Choo choo. Nice to see you. I haven't spoken with you in a while. So give that a little kick. Thank you. As I stated earlier, most of this music comes from YouTube. Their content creators' background music stuff. And then there's some Hyce music mixed in. And that's the sound of 55 heading through downtown Andrews. Oh look, an outbound car. We'll deal with that later. Now we've got a high-speed collision that I need to not have be a high-speed collision. Perfection. I don't think we're going to finish the switching though, because 34 is almost to a Larka. Yeah, what I did is I searched for a certain genre that I kind of felt would match the Railroader aesthetic. In my case, I also looked for ones that you don't need to provide creator attribution, because you can divide it by must attribute, must not. But if you look in my stream description, I also just give attribution anyway. And then I listened through a bunch and picked out the ones I liked. I think got the most Reed Mathis and Nathan Moore in here. Also a whole bunch of Dan Leibowitz. And a few others. Alright. If I slow you down so that you make it your own couple, nice and easy, I think that'll be enough for me to remember next time. Meanwhile, let's have you go grab your coal cars. A lot of naughty kids at the Andrews Interchange this year. It's a ghost train. Yeah, I have noticed that YouTube hasn't quite figured out that Railroader exists yet. Like, it figures out that it's a train game, but it hasn't figured out that it's a Railroader. And I don't know that there's a way for me to change that. The YouTube music is also what I used for my latest video with all the trains I rode in Denmark. And again, I kind of wish I'd spent a little more effort getting some of the scene change timings better, but it's honestly pretty good with just plopping the music in. That song was perfect. Where's the rest of my train? There's the rest of my train. A little more. Kinda surprised I didn't get more cars for Larkett, or for Robinson Gap today. It's on tier 3. Only had about 5 or 6 cars though. Maybe that's because one of the cars yesterday didn't get delivered. Need to rob? No. 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 I'm trying to pull all this stuff over red marble if you haven't noticed. My only interchange is in Andrews. More cars to Robinson is not what I need. More cars to Robinson is the exact opposite of what I need. Oh, but also, hi, the WNCRR. Can't remember. Were you the one who made the decapod I'm using? Or sorry, the 410, the John Allen type, as we've decided it should be called. Up, and we've hit the start of my playlist again. Yeah, that probably would do it. Oh, Marquette, that's right. I knew you'd made something, I just couldn't remember what. I don't, like I said, I don't use a lot of mods. Thank you. This song is Back in the Saddle by Dan Leibowitz. Or maybe that's just Dan Leibowitz and it's Dan, quote, Lebo, unquote, Leibowitz. The YouTube description was not entirely clear. This is the one I've been using to start the stream. I decided that when I started streaming with music, which took a while, I didn't want to just do Hyce music like most other people. I do have some in here, because it is good music, but I did decide to get some different stuff as well. I mean, yes, on the one hand, yes, that would probably do it. On the other hand, you would need a lot of pulleys. Lots and lots of pulleys. Because it's not a very straight grade. And I don't think it would like just whacking the cable against the mountains. What you need is some linear induction motors in the track so that it just goes whoosh, all the way up. There, that does it. But on that note, I think we're at the end of all the interesting stuff. We've got the passenger train heading out, we got the freight train heading back. We've got our helper on its way because even that big thing is going to need help up the hill. So I think we're going to call it there. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We will see you next time. Take care. I guess I'll let the song finish.